I'm Pickle Rick!
Shut up, Meg.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing on this not so bad Saturday? Still dealing with this getting sick from work shit, but trying to work it out. Let me see, push play on Twitch. Alright, so let's see, we have James Randolph here early, Franco Walker, Joe Russ, Jacques Attack, C2S Naismith. Franco Walker was here and reminded me that I had the wrong time on the start thing. That's going to happen. What's up, Mr. Egg Cake, Mr. S, Zap Sparky, Big 8 News, Clive C. What's up, Chris? Zaps, C2S, Rusty B. Looks like Clive's going to do another woofle, and then I'll probably head on over for the raid. So we'll start off with one little toast for everybody that's here now. Appreciate you swinging through. We'll go over what's up this evening once everybody gets here. Got a bunch of stuff. I did remember to grab my 1000-volt electrician's kit, which is ridiculously expensive. And we have some BMSs that we're going to look at on the bench cam after Pussies and, well, we'll see. We may do it before or after Pussies and Pianos. Looks like Clive is typing. So, I guess we'll see what he gets here. Woof. I got your stuff there, Lock Watcher. Already got the update for the Jubbinator from Red Dwarfer when they get here. And let's see, what else is going on tonight? Oh, I got the silicone tube for the engine. I saw a video, someone had the exhaust on the engine come out, go through silicone tubes and into a water jug to act as a filter. I figure that's worth a shot. At the worst case scenario, we have a filter jug, we put the hoses in there to act as a filter, and I could even put little charcoal filters or whatever on the top, like 3D print a filter holder. And that may hold us off until we get the extraction system in here. Sterling, I just turned the Sterling on 13 minutes ago. We'll give that a shot after we do the big cheers. What's up, everybody from BigClive? Welcome to the stream. Demonics, Boot Panics, Dennis. Whoa, what is that? Go at Rescue. Reed, what's up? What's up, Clive? Odd Bjorn, Jonathan Hughes. There's Normal Norman. What's up, buddy? Normal or you know what I mean. Wanna be Brad? Oh, there it is. Brad Rob Shaw. We got some people file or something. Redeemed. Give a toast. Okay. Well, everybody's here. So we got the big bottle of hard apple cider, crisp apple flavor. cracked it. I thought it broke the opener. I'm like, really? This fucking stainless steel opener shouldn't be breaking shit. Whoop. All right. AC Delco 88. I like that name. I am a GM. I got a fucking... Oh, you can't see. I got a Chevy bow tie tattooed on my chest. I'm down with that. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for swinging by, and thank you, Clive. And yes, you did hear correct. Currently, BigClive is... We're loosely scheduling him to pop over in here on April 11th. So, like a few weeks. Sorry to hear you suffered with stones. Yes, 2, as a matter of fact. The big one that tore up the uterer, that finally made its way out. And then a little guy followed through about a week later and scraped up the wound that was already there. But, so far, we're good. Not a problem. What's up, Dave Fab? I found you guys dude give the toast. Oh, we got an everybody stretch from Cyberlight. All right. Y'all been sitting long enough. A little moving around, you know. Do all of Clive's friends have great beards? It seems like it. I'm Smith. I thought you didn't drink. Haven't been here in a while, though. I started drinking hard apple cider, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. That's all. Like, I'm not like drinking every night or, you know, getting hammered or anything. I have 2 or 3. Usually 3 on a Saturday, 2 on a Friday, and then I may have 1 or 2 scattered through the week. So just a little bit. Just a little bit. Any orange stuff, as a matter of fact. I don't know if this is new. I think I showed this one week, but I got this little guy here. Which, that was weird. I thought that fucking camera was doing one of them. Anyway, cheers. While we have this, you know, our special cheers. How much did I drink today? That. Well, lots of water and that. Like on Saturdays, I don't crack anything until the show starts. So that we can all share. All right. In about 3.5 minutes, we have the VertoThermoWhoofle. This evening, we'll be going over whatever the hell kind of BMS is in this. Because I have no idea. Came out of something that we were doing at work in some battery in some machine. I didn't get any of the background. I was just told, hey man, real quick, I got a bunch of old BMS boards. Do you want them? I was like, yeah. And then like he had to go, so I have no idea what voltage they are, what they're out of, but we deal in industrial machines, so I'm guessing it has to do with that. Bitter Pie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Cheers. Vape is killing your lungs slowly. Try and give it up. Oh, I've been slowing down a lot. Let's see. Billy Bob, welcome to the stream. I've been slowing down a lot. Like I used to, as far as these vapes, I used to just be constant on them. Now I get home from work, I have a couple, and then I'm done until the evening when it's time to go to bed, as opposed to just rolling all day with it. That and on streams, because it's what we do here. Because this is. Well, yeah, this is the devil's lettuce, yes. Anything other than like a geek bar looking thing is going to be the devil's lettuce in some form of another. But I've been doing that, and I've been kind of trying to do a little more flour while I'm at it too, just to avoid the vapiness. So I hear you on that. It's doing the screen vomit again. What, all the... Chippy doesn't, he's not a fan of the extras, but that's okay. We still love the Chippy. When you grow up in a military family, this is Jonathan Hughes, you're clean shaven and it just stays with you. Yeah, apparently, unless you're in like some of the upper special forces, because they use that as an intimidation factor. Oh, let's see. Chippy says, now my suffering is less. Oh, would you come over to YouTube? Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Makes all your teeth gray. All my teeth are fucking rotten out anyway, so it's whatever. What's up, Alfred? What's up, the old monk? Welcome. All right. Almost time for the VertoThermoWhoofle. Oh, and did I say I had I don't know if I got to tell you, but I think it was last week, people were asking, or somehow it was mentioned, the high voltage toolkits. For those that haven't, which I assume most of us have, but those who haven't seen what an $850 24-piece toolkit looks like, I got that over there too to show. Because, I don't know. It's like one of those things, like, I realize, like, you can get 1,000-volt kits for, a couple $100, but, I mean, if I'm going to buy something to save, or not necessarily save my life, but keep my life from being in jeopardy, I'm not going to buy the cheap Chinese Amazon stuff. I'm going to get fucking Ouija, because Ouia's good stuff. So anyway, time for that VertoThermoWhoofle. Shall we play with fire? Almost out of woofler juice too. I gotta make some more. I have like probably a couple weeks worth left. Who's it? Re-upping. Appreciate the support, buddy. Whee! One for Frederick. Setting chat on fire. Yeah. Whee! Always look up after playing with a woofle, because you never know what may or may not catch on fire. Alright, let's see. Not quite as cold as I usually am. Ooh. It is a little warm in here. No, it's something weird, actually. It was weird. I was in preparation for Clive stopping by in a few weeks. I reset up my StreamYard setup, since everything's different. Yeah, the way, both computers are hooked up and the monitors and all that shit. It was fucking weird. I opened up Brave and it was fine. Then I opened up StreamYard.com, just to the website, got into like the studio of it, and all of a sudden I heard this like like fans going crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking, I'm like, I didn't run a game. I look over at the both UPSs, and like right now, and in general, the gaming rig idles at about 204 watts. Like dead nuts 204. Like right now it's at 205 because I got a little bit of tech stuff going. Well, I look over and it's fucking at 720 watts. I'm like, the only thing that's pulling 500 watts is the fucking 4090, and I don't think Brave needs 500 watts worth of fucking graphics power. Closed Brave, it dropped back down, opened Brave back up, went to StreamYards, and everything was fine. I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah, it got warm in here pretty quick when that thing started cranking. Because I'm aware that, like, I have for gaming the 4090's max wattage, I have it set for like 450 watts, and it never gets there. Like, even with Gray Zone or any new game I've run, Unreal 5 never pulls usually more than about 400 watts out of it. If I run OCCT, which is a stress test, basically, it has the power test, which is pretty much designed to destroy your power supply. And if I run that, it'll pull 520 watts out of the 4090. How the fuck it does that, I don't know, but yeah, it was pulling, like, it was going crazy. I don't know what the hell Brave did or StreamYards did, but that was a little ridiculous. Someone running a miner on your stuff? No. I would definitely notice that, especially because it's the gaming rig. Like, if I feel like there's any issue, I just do a full reformat, reinstall Windows, like do a Windows reset, or just do a straight format and then reinstall Windows, reinstall Steam, and reinstall Brave. And that's pretty much my gaming rig. I don't put anything else on it because it doesn't really need anything else. Like, I don't even have any other gaming stuff on here because I don't use Epic, because Epic just kind of sucks. I don't use Ubisoft's launcher because Ubisoft could eat my entire asshole. So all I have is Steam. It's like Steam, like I said, Steam, couple apps, and like that's done, some benchmarking stuff. And when I format, I keep all my games on the D drive, on the second drive for Steam. So when I reinstall Steam, it sees everything and it doesn't even have to reinstall. It just basically recatalogs everything and then it's done. So you can disable hardware acceleration in browser settings if it annoys you like that. Again, this is Meaty Wind. What's up, Meaty Wind? I like that. I don't know if it's disabled. I know it's disabled on this computer, on the streaming computer, but I may not have disabled it on the gaming rig. But if it gets weird again, then I may have to do that. Allred, I called you Alfred earlier. Allred, you had OCCT. It's great. Like, it's got a whole bunch of different benchmarking stuff and stress tests in it. And then it's got that power one, which is, like, I have an 850 watt power supply with the 9800 X3D, the 4090, 64 gigs of RAM, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 fans on it. That, when I run OCT, it'll pull about 870 watts through the MSI 850 watt, but that's fine. MSI puts in a lot of overhead for their shit. I need to learn how to do that with my Steam install, says Allred. Basically, you just if you're doing anything that's primarily gaming, or you want to get into gaming, you have to have a gaming only SSD or NVMe or whatever, on the motherboard. You need one of those fuckers on the motherboard. It's just for gaming. That's all that drive gets used for. Set up Steam for that to be your default drive, and it will only install over to there, and then you can format your system drive, reinstall Steam, and half the time it doesn't even ask. It just goes boop, and it sees it, and it's done. So, you now have an MSI motherboard. You should be good. I run all MSI. Like I've said many times, I'm an MSI fanboy because I've not had any problems with them. That laptop downstairs, fucking 10 years later, can still run AAA games. So I ain't gonna argue with that. Yeah, sorry if I was spicy, but my friend Karen got her mod status removed for modding people using her name as an insult. Was there anything but her got for modding people using her name as so if people were saying, oh, that entitled person was a real Karen, then your friend Karen was banning people? That's not really a great way to do it. Like, I know you specifically, because of your buddy, doesn't like when people use that, but it's kind of hard to avoid, and when you ban people for it just because that's your name, that's borderline mod abuse, I'd have to say. Though I do, literally because of you, Chipmunk, I do try to say entitled bitch as opposed to Karen. I will at least say that. Or entitled cunt, like, depending on the severity of the situation. Bronco says, I'm watching on my ZX Spectrum 48K. I imagine if this is working on that, it must have one of the largest overclocks ever to be able to handle even the Twitch stream. And when you guys are talking, when Clive was asking about Twitch versus YouTube, Twitch usually is smoother because it is much lower bandwidth. Your standard Twitch streamer, unless they have like they turn on enhanced broadcasting, which I have enhanced broadcasting, so it puts out 3 streams. Besides that, your standard Twitch stream is less than 8 megs a second. Like, they cap you, it's like 7 megs, and then you add the audio, so you do your video at like 75 and your audio at like 320 or whatever, but it pretty much caps at 8K, or 8 megs a second. If you go more than that, it will tell you that the stream may be unstable and viewers may actually start having problems. That's why it's better, because it's just less for the computer to have to process, it's less bandwidth, and it's just, with Twitch, it's a bounce. There's no processing. It just takes it and it distributes it to you. Whereas YouTube takes one stream, recodes it in-house, and then sends out the different streams. Like, for me to do 3 streams on Twitch like I'm doing, I'm sending 3 different streams. And with the YouTube streams, that means right now the streaming PC is sending out 4 individual streams, as opposed to 1 to YouTube, 1 to Twitch, 1 to whatever. It's 1 YouTube that gets distributed by YouTube, and then 3 Twitches, which just get bounced. Hence the reason I got the 4070 Super for the streaming PC, because it needs a little ass. Especially if, on the offhand chance that I decide to do triple stream and also stream on Odyssey, since I have my Pew Pew videos on Odyssey. But yeah, it's interesting having basically a professional streamer setup, but I'm just chilling and doing my thing. So it's whatever. It works. Viewers' brains may explode through their eye sockets. All right, I had been Team Aces. I had a lot of Aces stuff. Aces made really good. They were really good on the 20 and 30 series graphics cards. The 40 series were a little iffy, but then their warranty support went to absolute shit, and then they started gaslighting customers and all this shit. So Aces can also eat my entire ass. What's Odyssey? It's another like YouTube, Twitch, whatever thing. It's actually in my description on YouTube. It's ODYSEE, Odyssey. It's just another alternate platform that has it's not as restrictive as YouTube, a little less restrictive than Twitch, because Twitch is a little more open than YouTube. Cotton bad, the sex is young is y'all. So since both neither Twitch nor YouTube would carry the 5, I think it is, videos I have dealing with Pew Pews, like some are here, some are there, because they don't know what the fuck they like. They're all on Odyssey. I just have them all over there just so I have a place to reference them and send people if they want to see them. It's just not, obviously it's not a super popular streaming center. BigClive, my streaming setup is super basic. Android phone for the broadcast and a Chromebook for the interaction. Yeah, like that's kind of how I started, but then my tech tizzy got to me, and now every time I turn on my computer and play a game, half the neighborhood's like, what the fuck happened to the power? Yeah, BigClive's running super simple on that. Satnam, I also enjoy over engineering. Oh yeah, I have, if you're talking here, then yeah, I have way too, like, it takes me probably 10-15 minutes to get all this stuff up and running, you know, because like, got to get the music going. All that stuff right there is like 2 or 3 different plugins that I got to start up. This is a separate plugin. Okay, that just kind of starts automatically. I have to manually turn both cameras on because they're cell phones. I got to get all the dashboards open, the thermal cam going, the stream setup has a special window for it. There's all, and then on the other computer I have chat, and then like the node, the activity fucking thing for stream elements, and of course on the monitor behind us we got everything for when I'm sitting at the bench. Who's heard of the KISS acronym? Yeah, I am not really good at keeping it simple, stupid, when it comes to this stuff. Pretty good at it when it comes to fixing forklifts and engines and shit, but yeah, keep it simple, stupid is yeah, we look, once it got to the point that I decided I had to build an office, the first one anyway, because of all this, that's when you know that there's a problem. And then when that office wasn't big enough because this kept growing, that's, you know, that's, yeah. All right. So before, we'll actually do this during the top of the hour. Let me show you the, for those that haven't seen the electrician kit thing, let me show you that. Let's see, I got this camera on? I do. Good. Let's swing over here, take the beard hair off the microphone. This is the BMS, you can see, old board. It's by apparently a company called Sunlight. But as far as I know, it's not solar related. And here's the silicone tubey I got. Can be used for lots of stuff. And for those who haven't seen one of these, here you go. Let's see, is that... come on, phone. Stop being all weird with the zoom. Alright. This is an $850 fucking toolkit that I have used like twice. You got your screwdrivers, you know, 1, 2, 3 on the Phillips, basically the same thing on the flathead. You got your snips, your dikes, nipple pinchers, and they're also nice enough if you happen to be doing work in a prison, you have a shiv for it with you, you know, for the more dangerous work. And then your basic socket set, your 1,000-volt fucking wrench, and really anything that's just got a lot of shit on it. I don't know if the metal in it is even non-conductive. Like it's just lots of good plastic. And the sockets with the, you can see they got the extra shield since that's exposed metal, so they have that come up so that when these go together, you can see that's got the flare on it. It's not sealed per se, but you do have enough of a gap for 1,000 volts. So for those that haven't seen one of these, this is the this is like the good kit. You can get the same kit off of Amazon from whoever for a couple $100, but like I said, if I'm going to buy something that's going to keep me from dying, I'm not just going to get the cheap version. And we'll get, oh, and we're going to look at this thing too. This was a power bank off of an old camera system that a customer just replaced. So I got a couple of those. We'll see what's going on in that one too, because that's got a BMS in it, obviously, because that's the 12 volts. It looks like 21700 batteries, but it might just be overly insulated, 18650s. Now, and this thing is something for the BMS. I guess it's the programmer or the old programmer. I don't know why they changed and upgraded the boards, but get that. Chipmunk, $850. That'd be under 100 quid on Screwfix. Well, yeah, but it ain't going to be the Wea. It'll be some other brand that I don't necessarily want to trust. All right, I'm sure the steel is super conductive. Yeah, I'm assuming they used good steel and then just coated the absolute hell out of it. And Gramshaw needed to go pee. All right, well, we just missed the top of the hour toast, so let's get back to that. Oh, hold on. There we go. Cheers, everybody. You use the cheap shit every day. That's fine. That's everybody can use whatever they want. I'd bought a supposed electrician's needle nose on Amazon. I've already used it to pull a prong out of an outlet. There you go. Wea is cheap. Yeah, I don't know about all that, but okay. Sauce is here. What did Sauce say? Oh, and there's Dark Lord. I'll get to you in a second there, Dark Lord. Wea and Wera at Tanagra. Huh? What's up, Grogo? Have you gone to a substation yet to test it? Nah, but when I use it, I try to remember. If I know I'm working on 480 volt stuff, I try to remember to take it with me. I usually remember to take it, but a lot of times I don't even need it because I don't work on live stuff very often. So it's good to have just in case. Tenor on Temu. Oh yeah, I can imagine those are probably just spray painted. And what's up, Delta Mike? Flimgob, the wheels I designed and sell are now on Chris Harris's car. Okay, that's cool. Is this like big car, RC car, space car? Big Clive, it's the VDE rated sockets that will be making the set expensive. Oh, is that all it is? Like, it just seems like everything's just coated in some thick ass fucking rubber coating. So, that's whatever. Scruff also works on electric forklift shit. That can be nasty. Yeah, like I work up to 80 volts DC, 400 video, 80 volts charge, and the chargers I work on have some of them have a potential for up to 300 amps output, which obviously, if something really bad happened, it wouldn't get that high before I just kind of evaporated. Christ, you work on some of these older 48 volt lifts. They're fucking 48 volts. That's kind of your standard in America. Most of your forklifts are 48 volts until, I don't know, 15, 20 years. You've been, maybe 10 years. You've been starting to see a little more 72 volt stuff come in, and they typically just use 236 volt batteries. Most of your 80 volt stuff is going to be things that come over from Europe. Europe's real big on 80 volts for some reason, and they got some big motherfucking, like, one battery 80 volts that's as big as this goddamn desk. But yeah, it's whatever. It's just get her done, get it fixed, and rock and roll. All right. That would do some nice welding. Oh yeah, no, we actually, when you're fixing, like, say you have to replace a cell on a battery, most of the time they're about that big. Like, if looking down, it's about, I don't know, what, 8x4, say, size. They're usually about 2.5, maybe 3 feet deep, depending on the battery, and it's in a steel housing, like a steel case. And it's literally just a giant metal tub. You drop all these metal, all the cells in, just metal, just all wedged in there with each other. And then you put the lead connectors across everything. When you're replacing a cell, one of the more common ways that we've been doing it, which to get the lead bars for connecting the cells together, we use carbon rods and a jumper cable. Take the jumper cable, hook it up to about 6 volts where the cells, maybe 8 if the battery's dead. Hook the other end right up to a carbon rod and just melt the lead using a dead short. And it's designed to do that. Like, you were just slowly melting lead with a dead current. And, getting it in there and then getting everything to solder up, basically. Solder it up together. Dark Lord, you still here? Mortars shoot the crap out of you for mortaring? Okay. Well, you don't want to mortar batteries necessarily. Is that right? That's set up. That's good. That's good. Electrons enjoying the Manson tonight. Yeah, this is my daily mix, which every day it's a little bit different, but it's usually got some good shit on there. Did you see Styropyre with his 400? Yeah, his poor parents. I'm pretty sure everyone in existence starts off a lot of their Styropyre conversations just by saying his poor parents. Yeah, I saw that. I think a lot of people saw that and went, will you calm the fuck down? But that was fine. What's up, Kevin Artisty? Welcome. Batteries in a metal tube could end bad. Yeah, I should tell that to a lot of the electric scooter manufacturers. There's a couple of them that actually put the cells in the tubes as opposed to making it an external pack. And guess what happens when the tube bends? Lots of fun stuff. Are they gold plated with the batteries? I fucking hope not. Some God, I'm on the Guinness tonight. These penguins didn't die in vain. Well, there you go. I don't see Dark Lord replying. He may have moved on. Which sucks. I did actually finish reading Beagle Source. What's up, Phasma? Lithium fires are fun. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, I do need to get around. I have the sand. I need to get a nice metal bucket so I can keep a sand bucket in here, since I do have a active workbench that lithium batteries kind of just live on and around. Benji saw a dead pigeon today. Yeah, you see a lot of those around here. All right, let's see. let's go over what people have sent in. Bitter Pie is... Am I missing Bing Bongs, or am I not hearing the Bing Bongs? Bearded Seventh, thank you for the follow. And Bitter Pie, I think we got Bitter Pie. I know I saw Booze Hole. Like, I feel like I'm not hearing some of the Bing Bongs when they come through. Ah, all right. Did your tools have a year after the voltage rating? I haven't actually checked if there's any kind of a date thing on them. Is World War III imminent? Asked Rasher. Probably, yeah. You know, according to Nostradamus, it was a man in a turban in the Middle East that ignited World War III. So I guess we'll see how that plays out. BigClive, I keep my lithium packs in metal oven trees. I mean, I suppose worst comes to worst if I have something that's unstable. At this point, I have ammo cans. If I really wanted to do that, but see, the battery packs downstairs are just like in a plastic drawer, and these just float around fucking everywhere with wires and tools and everything else that could short them out. I now just noticed my pliers that on one part it says 1000 volts 2019. I'm not sure what 2019 is for. They probably have a rating of how long they're certified for, kind of thing. Bing Bong Tesser. Bing Bong Test? Bing Bong Test? I didn't hear anything on that, but I don't think Highlight does a Bing Bong. Like, I feel like I missed that follow. Bing Bong for the Bearded Seventh. But, I don't know. Maybe I was talking, because sometimes I'll hear the stuff and I'll keep going. Thinking I'll catch back up, but then I miss catching back up. Let's see. So, from Old Pancake Man Lockwatcher. What's up, Franco? Welcome back. There's a Let's Hydrate. All right, I'll grab some actual water. Go ahead and drink something, folks. Something, anything, doesn't matter. I know I forget to drink water all the time. Got that follow. Pulled Bjork sandwich. That's fucking great. I love that. Pulled Bjork sandwich. Sounds tasty. Might be a little bitchy, but that sounds tasty. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the test. So let's grab the orange guy here. All right, let's see what Locke's got. Frank sent us a video of his dad's... Wow, YouTube, like, totally fucked that up. Of his dad's train setup. I can't hear any sound, like, not really needed. Just an observation. It's one of those things, like, I could play, well, you know, he's not saying anything. Wow, look at that. I think Locke has figured out now that we typically don't do sound on the videos. That's just because it's another thing for me to set up. Because now that I have to keep YouTube and Twitch streams isolated from each other because of the music. God damn. Oh. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. God damn, my boy not fucking around. Holy shitballs. Man, I mean, I've had some pretty cool HO setups when I was a kid. Like, for Christmas, I'd build some, quote, cool stuff, but fucking hell, man. Not even more shit over there. Like, no joke. Whew. Wow. Like, that, why isn't that on display in, like, a public area? Holy crap. I can imagine how many, I guess is that like one of them ongoing projects? I'm assuming. Diamond Hammer's streaming. Avengers streaming. There's Beaglesaurus already pulled up. Let's see. Where'd that go? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Pardon me. All right, also from the Lock Watcher. It's quite a went all in on the control panel too. Yeah, definitely. Jonathan Hughes, let's see, the allies in Europe decided not to get involved on this conflict, and now they're paying higher oil prices. Yeah, and not that we're going to get into all that, because that's kind of not what we do here, but I will say I do find it interesting that 90% of the oil that flows through the Strait of Hormuz goes to China, and China's like, that was naughty. Like, I ain't doing shit about it. I can only assume they've ramped up their vacuum pump that goes over to Russia's oil to compensate as much as they can. But anyway, let's see. What do we got from Locke? We got some oh my God. He sent a still of the back of the control panel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not sitting, take all the fucking seats. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you now, let's all go ahead. Let's take a breath. Have a little something. Fuck, man. You ready? This is the back of the control panel. Fuck me, dude. I don't have Zoom on this this particular app, but I don't know what we'd be zooming into, because this motherfucker keeps terminal manufacturers in business. And they're all red too. Look at that. Are they all red? Is there any blue ones in there? Does anybody see any blue terminals? Because for some reason that wire seems like it should be closer to fucking 12 gauge. Maybe 14. Yeah, I guess you can stuff it in the red. God, look at that shit. Brimshaw, I do not fancy fault finding that. Oh, hell no. Oh my God. Can you imagine trying to write a schematic? Don't tell me if you tell me there's a schematic for that, I'm probably going to poop in my chair right now. It looks like the back of a real signal box, says Red Dwarf. Yeah, I bet it does. Holy crap. My man is fucking dedicated. Oh, and look, all the little squiggly lines in there, that's all just really thin wire. There's really even thinner wire down there. Jeez. What's up, Liz? 6F6G, if you cut the wrong wire, it explodes. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of red wires. I wouldn't know which one to cut. Holy shit. Locke says, I guarantee there is a schematic. If I don't need to see the whole thing, but if your dad claims to have a full schematic, I'd love to see just a slice of it. Just a slice. There's a close-up. Okay, that's network cable. That looks like that was pulled out of like Cat 5, the thin stuff. I do that. I have a bunch of Cat 5e that I have no use for because I have a 500 roll foot. No. It's only like 200 foot spool of Cat 6. I think there's only about 100 feet left. But for the most part, Cat 6 I just buy pre put together just because it's easier. God, all that behind that. It looks so, like, it looks, like, quote, complicated because of the switches and stuff, but that is crazy underneath there. Appreciate you sending that. Old phone cable. Okay, that's roughly the same thing. Banana pancake with cheese. Well, actually, no. Old phone cable would be solid core. Banana pancake with cheesecake filling and chocolate. Oh, cheesecake film. Like, I don't see cheesecake in there, but that stuff. I'd probably rock that. I think I would rock that. A standard stack of cakes. Plum Gob, I use only Twitch to watch Clive, so it hasn't destroyed my whole life. Flame, sorry, well, it seems I can't unban a user on Twitch. It may be a setting you need to mess with. Maybe. I know I was able to unban, is it Kieran? When he, it looked like he was spamming links, so I banned him, and then, like, he was like, no, I'm here, I'm blah, blah, and then I unbanned him. But I don't know, it may have to be done by whoever did the ban or Clive. I don't know. Not bad. A little dry. Not seeing quite enough butter on there, but okay. All right. We can work with that. Cheese, potato, bacon omelet prior to the fold. I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you, I don't. If I made an omelet that came out that fucking beautiful, looking like an egg pizza, I wouldn't have the heart to fold that motherfucker. That bitch would be served flat like that. Hell, if I knew I could make an omelet look that goddamn good, I would add a little extra cheese and then actually make a crust to put it on. Of course, when I did that, if I do that, I would also make white sausage gravy to put on the crust and then lay this on top of the sausage gravy. Now, Lockwatcher would know how to do that. None of you UK biscuit heads would understand what proper sausage gravy is because you just don't know, or you don't watch that. I stumbled across like Josh Traveling or Josh from the UK or some dude that like compares UK stuff to American stuff. He figured out what sausage gravy was, and he tried to tell you people, but I'm guessing y'all missed the episode because fucking biscuits and gravy. He knows. He understands. When did you do that? Chippy. Well, I'll get him later. That's kind of standard procedure on this channel at this point. All right. We don't need that. Yeah, I don't think I need an affiliate link for that fucking electrician's kit. Let's see. Red Dwarfer with the Jubinator update. Let's flip it on back over. Oh, there's Rasher. Are you guys in a race to see who is first to get a heart attack eating this stuff? Yeah. I mean, it's America. Like, that's what we do. We eat some rough stuff and we make it work. Give a toast. Oh, yeah. Cheers, everybody. Grab a sip, grab a drink, pinch a nipple, scratch your butt, pinch somebody else's butt, pet your cat, scratch your dog. Either way, cheers. Phasma. By the way, Phasma streams like overnight for me overnight, so it might be good for you. Does all kinds of games and nerd stuff and cool stuff. Cool dude. Check out his channel on Twitch at Phasma. He's right there. Solid dude. Cool voice too. He's got one of them classic, what an American would call like the classic super chill, relaxed UK voice thing going on there. So definitely check him out. I try to catch his streams when I can, but he usually streams when I'm sleeping, and his streams usually end like as I'm waking up. But every once in a while, I get on there. Chippy, excuse me, as you well know, I live stateside, and biscuits and gravy are the dog's testicles. Chipmunk, that's just because you're a grumpy fucker that doesn't enjoy the good things in life. But we still love you, but we do know you're grumpy. If you didn't enjoy biscuits and gravy over here, I don't know who made it for you. One, if you got it at a restaurant, if it wasn't like a dilapidated, falling the fuck apart, looking like it should have been closed 20 years ago, like family private owned diner restaurant thing, you didn't get good ones. You go to a big place, everything's good and clean and all that, they give you some generic bullshit from fucking Cisco. Just so most people don't realize it, 80% of the food you get out of a restaurant is all from Cisco. CISCO. Like, they are the major restaurant food chain provider. And so, like, when those jalapeno poppers taste different between this store and that, it's just you, or it's just what they shook on them because they're all the fucking same. But anyway, Phasma rate. Well, see, Phasma usually doesn't start for another 5.5 hours, and I'm not going to go for 5.5 hours. But if he were to ever be streaming while I was, then yes, I would absolutely raid the booty. He doesn't start streaming until 6 in the morning UTC, UK time, 2200 Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. That's about it. All right, shit, I'm running my mouth. We got pictures to look at. Let's see, what's we got here? We have a butt. That curtain monster is sleepy. Yeah, my curtain monster lately has been the dude. He's been hanging out in the curtains upstairs a lot. In the bay window. Look at that motherfucker. Smoky brisket burger with hot sauce. Spot the fuck on, dude. Groove dogs and burgers. That looks like a good burger. How'd that burger go for there, Red? You still here? I think you're still here. Like, what's a burger like that go for with a side of fries and maybe a soda? Oh, look at that messy ass burger. That looks good. It looks good. Oh, someone tell him that was a compliment. Oh, the dog's ball. Yeah, that's either way, Chippy, you are still a grumpy fuck, and we do still love you. I mean, what I said still stands. You are a grumpy fuck, but that's why we love you. As I devout, yeah, that burger wouldn't. I eat very fast. Like, y'all don't understand when you see me eating on MRE. That's not how I eat. Like, if I eat that burger, like, it will be gone probably in less than a minute. Like, I eat very fucking fast. Entry level afterburner, Dragon's Mouth, TDP, toilet paper in the fridge. Pure 7 of the hot chilies for fun. Yeah, that's probably, well, that's obviously what I would order. And I'm sure it's pretty good. Most of your commercial hot stuff is not my level of hot stuff. Smack that ass, smack that ass, smack that ass, smacking booty. Okay. Hey, as if Red Dwarfer. Appreciate the booty smack and the Jubinator update. Little Jub butt. Red Dwarfer, 21 bucks New Zealand for burger, fries, and drink. Alexa, what's $21 New Zealand in US dollars? $12.25. That's a good price. Because over here, that would probably be closer to $15. You out there, Franco? Appreciate you swinging through, buddy. Hope you have a good evening. Let me grab this. So, cheers to that. Yeah, I gotta finish this because I gotta go get another one because we're doing pussies and pianos in like 9 minutes. So, cheers, everybody. Finish it up. We gotta get fresh ones here. Mm-hmm. Commercial hot. US is just lukewarm. Commercial hot is just lukewarm. Yeah, commercial hot. Buffalo Wild Wings, their blazing sauce is pretty good, but I don't eat there anymore because they're a bunch of fucking fascist fucking commie fuckheads. Where else have I been that's got good hot sauce? Like, I've been to a couple like little places that actually know what spicy stuff is, but they're really like, I've never run into a place out and about that. The closest I got to getting overspiced was when I went to an actual Indian restaurant. Like, the dudes had come from India like the year before. They were still learning English, yada yada. It was fine. They owned a restaurant, so they weren't illegal. So that's fine. They asked me, I got the chicken masala. And they were like, I was like, can you get that in like a different spicy? And they're like, yeah, what do you want? Like 1 to 10. I went, oh, I'm going to try the 10. And the guy looked at me, he goes, oh, let me get back to here. We'll get back to that in a second. He goes, oh, 10. He's like, are you sure? I went, yeah. He's like, okay, it's pretty hot. And I went, oh, look, I don't want 10. I want your 10. I want what you think is 10. Don't give me USA 10. Give me your personal 10. I want to see what you can do. And he went, okay, I'll give you a genuine. And he brought it out, and it was fucking fire, but it was goddamn good, because the fucking best thing about that, it was hot as shit, but it had so much fucking flavor behind it that it was a perfect fucking like symbiotic relationship. Ooh. Like, they worked perfectly together. And every time I started going there, like every couple weeks, and every time I try something, he go, you want my 10? I want your 10, baby. Like, I try the different foods, and it was always just fucking amazing. Darn it, SE bots and me having set up highlights for giveaway. I have a giveaway thing set up somewhere, but we just haven't done one in a while. I guess I'll have to figure out how to do that because I do have some stuff I can send out. But if I do a giveaway from the house, it's only going to the continental United States. I'm not shipping overseas anymore from my house. That is such a fucking pain in the ass. I mean, I said it a few weeks ago, I guess it was. I spent $250 trying to get somebody a piece of merchandise, and it's still sitting on a shelf back there. $250 fucking dollars in fees, shipping, VATs, and all this shit. Still couldn't fucking get it over there because there was always some fucking problem for a fucking shirt. Anyway. All right, let's flip it on back here. Thank you again for that, Red Dwarver. See what Benji's got for us this week. We have the weekly fish and chips and mushy peas. Not trying to sneak anything extra in on us this week. That's good. Looks good. The front. Oh, looks like them fries are in for about 30 seconds too long. Like I like a little extra. That's just a little too long, maybe. Just by seconds. Probably still tastes great, but just a pinch long for me anyway. Either way, it looks good. I'd eat the entire ass out of that. Wait a minute, my message highlighted for me too. I don't know. Is everything going crazy? Nothing highlighted up there. All red. I mean, I could always do that. I had my Korean chicken today from my grocery store. I've been eating Chinese food all day from my Chinese food store. What kind of burger is that? That doesn't look like a regular standard issue burger. What we got going on there, Benji? It almost looks like a vegan burger kind of thing. Just because it looks kind of dry. I don't know. What you got going on there, Benji? That's cool. What are those? Yeah, I guess with spring coming, DC's going to have the cherry blossom thing going on. Ah, shit. All right. Move that back a little bit.
All right. Jack Attack with the helium voice. Yay. Can you put fries on a grill plancha? What is a grill plancha? I don't know. Perhaps. Oh, hell yeah, Korean spice is yummy. Bit different than what I normally go for, but it's great for variety. Chippy, Indian food can vary from not hot to burns your face off. Yep. Depends on province and the dish. Oh, wow, you do that without helium? Oh, yeah, I have buttons and knobs. Buttons and knobs. So many buttons and knobs. Yeah. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's another picture. All right, looking good. Rasher, I had a lovely salad today. Organic lettuce, walnuts, chia seeds, croutons, chicken pieces, apple pieces, feta cheese, beetroot, walnuts, loads of vinaigrettes. Very nice, very nice. Alright, we have an ad on Twitch inbound. We'll let that run, and then we'll do Pussies and Pianos. Let's see. Cyberlight, I had too much Fireball. Is that possible? To have too much Fireball? I don't know. Zap Sparky with this week's Flat Cat. Flat Cat with my dropped and now knackered phone. Oh, that sucks. I thought I broke my phone yesterday, but I guess the Gorilla Glass was lasting. Very frustrating now. Is Flat Cat going to lend you his phone? That would seem like a pretty fair thing to do.
Don't you think? Yeah, I think I've only once damaged the phone to the point where I couldn't use it before I fixed it. And either way, that always sucks. Chris, uh-oh. CDOS just redeemed Deep Voice. Of course you did. Oh, yeah. Chris, with having a nice evening with the kitty.
Hello, Jason. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, kitty.
That is really hard to get a high pitch when you're running this twist. Alright, thank you for that. Let's go ahead and do that. And yes, when you have deep voice, you must speak like this all the time. Oh, there's poofers. They know it's time. They know it's time. She's meowing her head off. She knows. Alright, let's see. Your ads have arrived. Alright, so in about 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. We will do pussies and pianos. Uh-huh.
They have been, oh, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, actually, they are off a little bit by an hour, aren't they? Yeah, that's the other thing. Cats don't understand daylight savings time. So now they're all pissy. You are their father. Yes, I am their father. 15 more seconds, and then we'll get ready to do Pussies and Pianos. Am I caught up on that? I think I got all that caught up. All right, good. We still got to look, and then after Pussies and Pianos, we'll look at these battery packs, or the battery pack and that BMS board. Chicken tikka also fucking delicious. I love chicken tikka. All right, ads are over up there. So why don't we get ready for Pussies and Pianos? Is this empty? Good. Take one of these. Pause Twitch music. And the first song that's playing on for Pussies and Pianos tonight, it's not super loud, but it's as loud as I can get it. So I may actually have to talk to Pianoman. I may have a project for him to go through and possibly re-record some of his music with his new setup so that all the volume is even across the board. And then I may have to adjust some of his organ stuff down because it's loud. But either way, we'll figure that out. All right. Let's get ready for Pussies and Pianos. I will be back afterwards. I'm going to go grab a fresh beer. And then we'll get ready to look at this BMS board and the battery packs. Cat plus Rob. Switch that on over. And here we go. Enjoy. And I will talk to you in a few. Alright. And thank you to the Pianoman. He doesn't seem to be here right now, but he is somewhere. Good music as always. What's up, JP Official? Those are my kitties. Welcome to the stream, and I assume the channel. Oh, good. My microphone is working. Let me push play on Twitch. So for those that are, I know there are a couple new people here. The gray and cinnamon looking little lady, that's Poofers, or Poofy Girl. Official name is Lee Scratch Perry, named after the Jamaican artist. Next to her, the Calico Kitty in the middle. That's generally known as Tiny Mama or Mama Pants. Her official name is Bout, named after the people that found her. That is Poofer's mom, even though she's much smaller than Poofer's. The ginger you saw is Tiny Mama's son. That was Ronnie. And the white and gray kitty is, he was a neighborhood cat for about 8 years, and then he decided he didn't want to be a neighborhood cat anymore. So he just kind of started walking in my house every once in a while, and I told him one Thanksgiving, if you walk in again, I'm not, like, you're just staying. Like, you're just an inside cat. And he apparently understood me, because that Thanksgiving he walked in, walked up to the top of the stairs, and just laid down. And he's been in here ever since. Appreciate the re-up there, Rasher. Nine months. Cheers, everybody, for the kitties and for supporting the channel. Brother still coming in this summer? I don't know. Yeah, his brother is still outside, the white and gray cat. So the white and gray cat, that's the dude, also known as Big Floof. Like, his real name is the dude, but he responds more to Big Floof than anything else. Because he does understand his name. Like, they all understand her name, which is nice. A wood grain cat and a calico. Yeah, Poofers looks like a gray cat that ran through a cinnamon factory. She is a dilute tortoiseshell, which basically just means she's a tortoiseshell, but just, you know, the colors are dilute. They're, quote, faded a little bit. So apparently she's kind of a rare sort of tortie, which is cool. Appreciate that, Rasher. Cheers, buddy. So all your cats are 100% indoor? Yes. Well, I mean, when people ask, I say I have 4+1. I have 4 indoor cats, and then I have Dude Bro, which is the dude's brother. Dude Bro, or also known as Mr. Tabinator. He's still outside. He's kind of what started it. He started coming over, and then his brother, the dude, started coming over. Then the dude came inside, and his brother, now he lives in a heated house in front of my house. I'm like subletting some of my property to the kitty. I should probably start charging him rent. But it doesn't really work out when I'm the one that's giving him food and water and electricity for that big-ass heating pad. But this spring, I do want to bring the other house, cat house that I have out back. I'm thinking I'm going to bring that up front and make like a little community. See if anybody moves into the other one. And it's weird, like, they've seen each other through the door and the glass, and the dude, the one that's inside, he's always the first one to walk away, like, meh, whatever, and then he just leaves. Like, so I don't know. I don't know if they didn't get along or if the dude just doesn't really care, but he's guaranteed they're 100% brothers. Because the pattern on the dude's back matches the pattern on his brother's back. And their eyes and expressions are exactly the same, and their meow is exactly the same. Is your home like a Hotel California for cats? Yes, yes. You can come in, but you can never leave. That is it. Well, they come better to temptations being shaken. Well, yeah, they definitely they like when I shake the temptation streets. That's Frisky's wet food that they get. Because they have a good sized can, so I don't have to use 2 small cans. I can use 1 big can for all 4 of them. The fawns of the kitties. He's a pretty relaxed dude. Him and Ronnie still don't really get along at all. But they do occasionally, like if I'm chilling in bed, it's usually the dudes on this side sleeping against my hip, and Ronnie's on this side sleeping against my hip, and they will occasionally like sniff, bump noses and stuff. But any other time, Ronnie will they'll be chasing each other. Well, Ronnie will chase him around. What's up, Fama? I don't know if I said hi to you yet. So looking at the power supply from the new PC NAS box, since when do the power cables need to come in a vinyl Velcro bag? I've seen a couple things like I've bought that have power cords and they come with like special bags for them, and I'm like, who uses this? I bought actually the red dot on my Glock. It was a Burris fast fire 3 sub for the sub model. It came with a bag, like a leather bag in it, like I'm going to be carrying the sight in my pocket or something. And I was like, well, maybe it's for the tools, but the tools don't fit in the bag. They're too big for the bags. So I really don't know why they included a bag for a red dot sight. It's weird. All right, I haven't had a modular PSU yet. I just got into them when I built these 2 computers. Before that, I just used whatever PSU was laying around, but I had to purposely buy PSUs for these 2 builds. So I got the MSI modular ones, and it really does make a difference in keeping them wires and cables sorted out. The only annoying thing is that, it doesn't necessarily come with the cables you may actually need, but I've gotten lucky that it has, or I've had an extra cable from another modular one to kind of plug in. I guess she's done. Oop, wrong button. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yep, there she is. I guess she's going to end up laying down. All right. No, I'll keep an eye on them. If anybody pops in, does anything interesting, I'll flip it on back over. You know about not mix and matching modular PSU cables, right? Well, that's also why I only buy MSI power supplies, because they all have the same plugs for them. Oh yeah, now that we're like back. Cheers, everyone. Let's told you I'll get ready to crack a fresh one. So, get to it. Not all the time are they wired the same, even from the same model. Oh, that's why I don't trust it. Like, I check, make sure everything's going where it's supposed to be. Everything seats firmly. Like, I double check everything. Like, because I know some 8 pins are flipped and all that, so I'm always very particular when I'm hooking these up. Haven't blown anything up yet. As a matter of fact, I mean, I hate to say it out loud because you know how that goes, but both of these PCs booted on the first try. And they had to learn memory. Well, the AMD one had a nice long memory learn thing, but that's normal on a very fresh boot. And it's still, I don't know, I think it's like every 20. Like, does anyone know, is there a specific number? Because I feel like it's about, well, maybe not 20, maybe every 30 boots, it retrains the memory, which is normal. Yeah, it's AM5. It's 9800X3D Ryzen 7 on a X870 MSI Tomahawk motherboard. But yeah, I don't know how often they retrain, but it's normal. I just look at them, I'll hit the button, I'm like, hello, and then I'll look over, it says 15. Like, if you have a motherboard that has all the little funny, cool numbers on it, that's for debugging. if you have an AMD, and I think it's 15, like across the manufacturer, like board, like across the board. But I know at least for MSI, if you look over and it says 15 and you have an AMD, it means it's retraining and relearning the memory because it likes to double check it every once in a while. But if you see that on an Intel, it might actually be a problem because Intel doesn't really learn memory. So if you ever see a little 15, just wait a minute. Well, up to 3-4 minutes because it may just be sorting out the memory. Cheers. Put your 550 board to shame. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the board you get does what you need it to do. Yeah, it does. It's whatever. After that, you pick a company you trust, you like, the price is good, and as long as it does what you need, because like I could have gotten more. I could have gotten like the X870E set up and all this extra bullshit, but I'm like, I don't fucking need that. The 9800, I'm only running that on game boost, whatever mode. I'm not doing an overclock to it because it doesn't need it. I'm only running the RAM at 6000 MTS, which is pretty much perfect for a 9800 X3D. Like any faster doesn't really gain you much, so I just got what I needed. $900 or more on a motherboard? Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, no, like, I mean, granted, I'm sure you can do some interesting stuff with the godlike boards that MSI sells that are fucking, you know, $700, $800, $900 plus dollars, but like, I'm not running fucking nitrogen cooling and all that shit. What's up, Brantley? Yeah, I saw your stream ended or started or something last Saturday, right before mine was ending or something like that. DDR5 takes so long to retrain. Yeah, that's whatever. Like, I don't mind the extra minute or two on a boot up, just to know that everything's stable. And I go in every once in a while after it boots, after a retrain, and make sure it's still at 6000, and it's good. Yeah, I think my Tomahawk, I think I was only like 220, 230 for the motherboard, which isn't bad for a not quite premium. It's their MAG series, MAG. That is their like middle ground gamer kind of line of stuff. Most of the stuff I get is either a MAG or Meg. Meg being, yeah, Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Being their like super enthusiast grade fucking boards. What do I have? I have something I have a Meg version of. Oh, it might be actually, it might be the power supply. It might be. I forget. But I know I have one thing somewhere that's like the holy shit version. And I think it was because it was like on super sale or something like that. Or it says I got my board around 150 on Amazon. I barely do gaming. Just got started with it. Yeah, I used to do a lot more gaming than I do. But it's still nice to be able to play anything I want on any graphic settings. So far, nothing has come out that this 4090 hasn't been able to tear to shreds. Good, Brantley's picking it up. Good to see. Good to hear. Keep it up, buddy. So you're out there giving it your all. I just sit here and chill and let's see what happens. So that's good. Jack Attack. I got a refrigerator for my wife today. It was a good trade. That actually sounds like a pretty good fucking trade. All right, let's as I said we're due, let's take a look at this BMS and battery stuff going on. See, it's 8 o'clock here, which means it's actually 7 o'clock normal time. So yeah. All right. Let's move the beer over. We'll move these over. Let's take a puff while we're getting ready to move. I had an interesting thing happen on my board. I guess when I had a settings mismatch in the BIOS, I got no display out beep code, and then about 30 seconds later when I left it alone, the monitor would suddenly light up, come back to life on a 3060. Guess because I have an APU now. Who knows? You got to watch a lot of motherboards. If you don't get the settings just right for multi-monitor support, that can kind of throw it off. Especially on both of my systems. they're running both GPUs. Like, you know, my gaming rig uses the 4090 for the gaming monitor, and then I have it plugged into the motherboard to use the iGPU or whatever inside the 9800 X3D to drive that monitor. And then the streaming rig, these three monitors are hooked up to the 4070, and that monitor back there is hooked up to the iGPU in the Intel. That's a 10700K. So, yeah, and that gets really weird because you have to have the settings fucking. There's like 3 things you have to change to make that work optimally, and if you don't get it right, you're fucked. Like, I actually had to reset my BIOS because I changed 2 and forgot the 3rd one and couldn't get a picture out of anything. I somehow told it to only use the 4090 to ignore the built-in GPU, and then another setting told it to only use the built-in GPU, so it had no fucking clue what it was doing. I don't know how they let you do that. Like, it's not just one switch, or I don't know how the fuck that shit works, but it used to just be you plug shit in and it works. Now it's got to be all complicated. But whatever, as long as we can make it work. All right, where's the mouse? Okay. Let us see. Like, I have not looked at these, so I don't know what kind of BMS this is or what. But let's see what we got. Anti-static bag, nice. And a little. Oh, that's right. This adapter, I think it's for the programmer or something. Okay, smells okay. Well, as any electronics person know, that is an important part of the test. It has 2 batteries on it. I'm guessing BIOS and a PROM, maybe? Oh, okay, yeah, lights. I'll try to hold it at a slight angle so you're not seeing that. Let's see here. We have PBT. I'm guessing power from the battery. Maybe. Power relays, control, and then just power. Oh, and here we go. Oh, I thought that was cell. Can 1, 2, 3. Or no, can 1, can 1, can 2, can 2. I'm gonna have to get some fucking specifics on. Oh, is that a little ESP? No. Is that Wi-Fi? Okay, so it's got wireless communication. That's either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. They love programming it through that. So here's our big boy MOSFETs. I'm guessing power out here, that's going to each cell, but I don't even know what voltage this thing is rated for. Let me see. I'm going to get the old guy assist, see what else we can come up with. This is that. 80 volts. Okay, 80 volt setup. Okay. God damn, look at all these test points. TP 134, test point 161, test point 170, 227, 240. Yeah, they are not fucking around. Look at all these. They want this to be serviceable, I feel. No skid marks on it. I think this was, since 3 were done, I have a feeling this was an upgrade, not a repair. I'm not seeing anything burnt on it, and I smelled it. I mean, that's, as we know, that's the most important test. What is this little black box? A Mornsun 20WR3. In 40 to 160 volts DC, out 24 volts DC at 833 milliamps on this little black box here. Will it run Doom? It might. There is I mean, you can't see. I mean, there is a little processor on it. But if this is 80 volts, why is there only 6 MOSFETs? Unless the battery itself has additional, like, an additional part of the BMS on it? Because if this is lithium, which I was told it was lithium ion, an 80 volt system would have a shitload of transistors and channels for charging the cells. I'm gonna have to get some more information on it. Oh, look at that. Look at that big fucker. Okay. What is... A lot of resistors. Okay, well, that's going to be like just signal filters. There's an oscillator next to the processor. Well, OST1, I'm guessing that means oscillator. It looks like one. Unless OSC stands for something else. But I feel like that sitting next to that processor, wouldn't be surprised if it was something for that. Yeah, there seems like there's a lot of 6 channels in here. That's weird. I want to see if I can get more information. Wonder what that unpopulated cap was for, that big fucker. I don't know, maybe if it's dealing with something DC, they put an extra bit of filtering in there. What's this guy? 2 amp fuse right there. Whoop, there's a 2 amp fuse. R start. A 10K resistor that's labeled R start. Restart, I guess. Maybe that's for restart pin signal. I don't know. Why would an 80 volt battery only be running 6 MOSFETs? And if it's an 80 volt bat, what is, like, how many cells would an 80 volt lithium ion have? Like, are they rating it at 3.7 or 4.2 volts? This is a BMS for some sort of industrial equipment. Like, I have no idea. I just know that we upgraded 3 batteries. I didn't get more information, but now I really want to get more information. Especially because it has 2 batteries on it. That's just weird. I mean, I guess one could be the backup for it, but oh, look at that. I just noticed that. Wonder what's on that little guy. If I find anything interesting on that, I'll let you know. This card isn't soldered in flat. It's a little bit ramped up. I don't know. What's BMS? Battery Management System. So, like, let's take a look at this guy here. We need a screwdriver. So for lithium, well, some multi-cell batteries, you know, not lead acid, because lead acid just kind of doesn't give a shit. But, you know, when you charge this up, you shouldn't just put 12 volts across, you know, 3 18650s. Optimally, you have individual taps in between each cell to charge the cells individually. And that's what a BMS does. It handles that part of the equation. Let me back down a little bit here. So a regular charge, like lead acid charger, you know, generally has 2 leads. Properly, you know, for any amount of cells, for any voltage, whereas lithium ion, lithium ferrite, lithium polymer, those will usually have individual leads to each cell. Either way, it's a nice case it's in. It's actually slotted into the case. So yeah, this has got a little BMS on it. I would assume. No. This is just straight across all 3 cells. There's only 2 wires going into it. What do we got in here? Let's see. SVS DC box 5 amp version 1.4. Well, that's a shitty fucking day of manufacturer. 12/25/2017. So this fucking thing was made on Christmas Day. Why you got your people working on Christmas Day? That's kind of a dick move. So we got 12 volts out, charge battery in, and then just straight across the battery. So there is no BMS on this. Just enough of a voltage control to go across all the batteries. That's kind of meh. Alright, let's see here. Alright, well, either way. See, I don't know. See, it's only 5 amps out. Then I have another one, so let's just do this. And I recommend when you're cutting batteries, especially on lithium ions, cut them. Don't just go straight across both of them and short it out. That could cause an issue. 2, stagger cut them. Like I'm cutting that one there. I'm going to cut this one a little bit down here. So that the leads are uneven lengths, just so to try to avoid touching them. Alright, let's see what's in this. It's really good tape. Alright. The Chinese are atheists. They believe in something. I don't know what it is. But everybody's got their own thing. Let's see if we can get this open without burning the house down. Care less about the house. I just don't know. I'd be more worried about making sure the kitties got out. Well, they definitely didn't want this thing going anywhere. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What do we have in here? Oh, no, wait a minute. It's only got 2 wires because the BMS is built into the battery pack. Alright. That's cool. Oh, this has a good one, too. Look, this has got all kinds of shit. This is not a fucking around BMS. There we go. Yeah, spin that around. So there's the BMS. Power in and out. Yeah, and you can see here. Can you see it from there? If I zoom in. Pretty good. Well, here, hold on. Cranberries and blueberries. Yeah, okay. So on this BMS, you can see right here, it says 11.1 volts. That's tapping into that cell. This one says 7.4 volts. So that's tapping into the other end of this cell and this cell. And then we have 3.7 volts right there. So that's primarily for, the ground is for this cell, 3.7. Those are across those 2. This terminal and this terminal are across those 2. This terminal and positive, wherever it is across those. This is probably for temperature. Oh, that's his B minus. Okay, so that's the ground. The overall ground is right there. But that's kind of a weird spot for it, but whatever works for him. That is going to most likely be the shunt resistor for current sensing for this little dude here. And then the rest of these are managing the voltage out. Actually, these are, at least one of these is probably a gate, like a MOSFET pack to turn it on and off. Because I'm not seeing any other MOSFETs here. Let's see here. Any numbers? Not that I can kind of see something, but I don't have enough magnification to know if we're seeing on that. That one, not really. I'd have to get like a fucking microscope to see that. But yeah, there's your BMS. So that can charge each cell individually as soon as power comes in. You need at least, basically, you want like 12.8 volts coming in. That'll help get everything up to where it needs to be topped up to. Or if you want to kind of cheat the system a little bit, a lot of times if you put slightly less voltage in, it won't charge all the cells up. So like if you put 12.8 in, it'll charge, or 12.6 to 12.8 is usually, you usually put like 12.8, just a little bit of overhead to run all the shit. And that'll charge everything to 4.2. But some BMSs, some of them, if you only say put 12 volts in, it'll only charge them up to 4 volts-ish. That way you're not charging the hell out of them and they just last longer if you never run them through a full cycle. So there's those two. And this thing, I have no idea where this is supposed to plug into. Because there's nothing round on this board. I'm guessing this is like an external programmer for it. It's got a magnet on it. Yeah, I'll look in to see if there's anything interesting to do with that another time. But yeah, there's that. Where'd this guy go? This I may actually save. I mean, it's not going to work for starting the engine, but this may be the engine, how it needs, how I've been using my Milwaukee pack to drive, to help run the engine for the electronics. I can use this, especially since it's in and out. Like, power is either coming out or it's going in. That's pretty much it. That's what's nice about having a good BMS is the really good ones, you don't even have separate charge and power lines. It just detects, as soon as it sees voltage coming in, it goes, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. And it goes from there. I am not naturally grumpy. Oh, you kind of are a little bit. Well, maybe you're just grumpy on Saturday nights. How's that? Because you know what? Actually, there are some people that kind of can be like that. Oh, fruit is so good, isn't it? I've been eating it a lot more lately because of my whole kidney stone thing. Cranberry, everyone says drink cranberry juice for gouts and like kidney stones. Once I got cranberries and blueberries, because blueberries actually have a little more antioxidant in it than blueberries. And when you eat them together, they're fucking delicious. So, it works out. This box had that in it. I can only assume that there are like 6 cells that have another BMS on them. I cannot fathom only having 8 control MOSFETs for an 80 volt battery. I'll see if I can get more information on these, and I'll let you know. I'll call dude up, and I'll see if there's anything good on this little flash drive. I mean, either way, let's see. What kind of drive is that? SanDisk Ultra. Whatever the U1 is. 10 meg. I think that's 10 megs. 10 something. I don't know. It's one of their better ones. Not one of their super holy shit ones, but it's one of their better ones. I know that U1 is like, I'm pretty sure, isn't U1 that's when it's getting into like faster stuff or something like that? Alright, let's switch back over here. Out there, bring in the beer. It's almost 20 after. Alright, what are we listening to here? Let's see. Let's go. We'll just go with the, my chill mix here. Alright. Get this button here. Cherries are good for gout. Yeah, cherries are good too. So a BMS for a load of batteries that have a BMS on them. It's anything I can think of. Like maybe they're split up into 12-volt sections. And they're just calling it, and its final output. Because, I mean, you figure a 36-volt battery, its final output's closer to like 38, 39 volts. And it can run generally to like 34. So you got that range. So I'm thinking maybe it's 6 12 volts. No, that wouldn't even be enough. Would have to be 6 16-volt packs that were... Fuck, I don't know. I'll figure it out. People 18 and over here hear me be like, I'm only 9. Well, we know what's up, Brantley. It's all good. So it's a BMS plus charger. It would seem so. It would seem so. That's one of the better ones. I think I got some of those, not quite so scruff. In the deep antiquity, they had a 2-volt booster chargers for individual cells and telephone exchanges. If one cell showed low, the gravity checks, they could clip that on. Okay. The Chinese don't do Christian holidays. Shock and horror. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's made in China. They don't care what that day it is. Very true. I use that type of SD card and they're fairly reliable, no failures. Yeah, that's usually the ones I get are those. I'll get the SanDisk ones because I know they're just going to work. As long as you get like genuine SanDisk. When I was that young, Brantley, my parents said I could only say cuss words if the moment was right. And I never knew when the moment was right until one day the fucking door got closed in my hand and I went, ah, fuck. And I went, and I was like 10, I think, at the time. And my parents went, well, you picked the right time. I went, okay. I got a little bit of trouble for stuff like that, but not much. Moms can never get enough hugs. Oh, Chippy left. Just missed him. Okay. I would have said the same for my girl. What do we got up here? I know I missed a bunch of shit up here. Graham Shaw left. Missed that. So when I start getting into looking at that shit, I kind of, as you know, I kind of forget to look up. Looks like 2 free 2032s. Nah, they're 2 different size batteries. They are a something shiny. I think it's a 1625 and something else. Let me see. That's a 1632 and a 2450N. All right. Both 3 volts. Okay. What we got up here? Follow Shotgun Jones the 4th. Appreciate the follow there, buddy. Cheers. Hope you're enjoying yourself. All right, I've got a few SanDisk, now WD cards as well. Some PNY. I think I've got a couple of like weird off-brand ones that had really good ratings that I haven't had any problems with. Like one of them is in a steel casing that when you close it up, it's magnetically locked, and apparently it's, it resists. I don't know that it's EMP proof or whatever, but it is wrapped in a bunch of fucking metal that might help. Apparently it's hot as hell here in Omaha. It's like 100 degrees today. Yeah, I ain't looking forward to that. That's for sure. Captain Barrett is out. Gonna call it a day. Getting pretty tired. Have a good one until next time. All right, buddy. I'll be looking forward to seeing when that etched burnt wood blicky shows up, as it does seem to be kind of moving along, maybe. Check over here. Okay, looks like we're caught up there. We're good there. There's Tiny Mama. Doing her thing. Hit the mama pants. It was 0 on Monday and 75 today. Yeah, it's last week. The day before it was like 20, 25 degrees. Or no, I'm sorry. The day before it was like 75 degrees, and the day after it was like low 30s and snowing its ass off. Love our weather. But that's what happens when you're right between the mountains and the coast. everything goes to shit because the weather comes across the mountains and decides if it wants to get hung up and fucked up and compressed and all this other shit and in the water, and it's just derp. She's probably got a faster I would assume she has a faster metabolism since she's the tiny mama. Like, she only weighs like 8 pounds. And, like, she's not, like, skinny. Like, she's pretty normal sized. Poofers weighs like 13. Ronnie weighs 12 last time I measured. And Big Floof, he's probably around 15, I would say. Maybe 14, 15 pounds. He's still getting used to being picked up. And, like, I won't even pick him up and, like, hold him. I just, like, two-handed, you know, like, one under, you know, under him, pick him up. Usually just to pick him up to put him on the bed. Even though, like, he'll jump up fine, but I'm doing that to kind of get him used to it. Generally speaking, as soon as I set him down, he has this look of, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, not scared, just like, huh? And then he's fine again. How close is Baltimore to the Appalachian Mountains? I mean, you could get to the base of them in an hour and maybe 2 hours. Something, hour and a half, 2 hours, I guess, depending on traffic. And we missed 20 after. Chris didn't miss it, but I did. Oh, yeah, and Phasma. Is Phasma still here? He may have gone. I don't know. Where's Purple? Phasma's always purple. I'm not seeing Purple. But Phasma did do a thing. I should do a little 420 thing for stream elements. I'll have to figure out if I can get custom pictures on there for it. Oh, you are? Yeah. I need to do that. I think I'll do that tonight after the stream. Get a 420 thing set up for 420. I'll have to see. I wonder if stream elements can do it at specific maybe not. They might not be able to. Let's see if they can do it at specific times, too. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Yeah, I was alive when that movie came out. Did I just teleport? What the fuck? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's like, woo? The first time I did it, he went, brr? He actually, like, did a trill thing, like, looked around until he, like, figured out where he was. But, he's getting used to it. I picked him up yesterday and put him on the bed. He was slightly less confused. I think at this point, most of his look around is just making sure Ronnie's not around because he doesn't want to get bullied by him. If given a map of the USA, I could point out most of the states in the right places, but I don't know much of the topography. Gotcha. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to at least get 40 of the states right, because some of them I don't, where they're all kind of clumpy. And then you got those line of states that are all kind of the same. I know it's North Dakota, South Dakota, whatever, something else, and another one, whatever. I mean, I have to look to figure it out, but I could probably get, if I was given 50 things and 50 names, I could probably get 45 of them right, if maybe more. I don't know. Don't know. Twitch music overlay widget source looks like it dropped its link. Oh, I don't. Oh, no, I see. Do I don't have it? Do I not have it on this? I thought I had the music on this one. Hold on. Where are we at? Spotify Amuse. That's this one. CatCam Low. I don't have the Spotify link on this one. Well, hold on. Let me copy it over there. Spotify on Amuse. That's the plug or the link I use. Amuse. Let's see. CatCam Low. Paste. Reference. Okay. Lock it in because it's already in the right spot. Actually, let's bring it down here. I want it to be under the rest of the stuff. Okay. Refresh. There we go. It'll get back there. Yeah, there you go. When you first load it up, it goes to like an ad thing. Is that low? That's in a good spot. Actually, I just had to go through and redo almost every scene because the logo, where the numbers there in the lower left, like they changed their format on all the, like that's a combination, that's one. The logo is a picture, the gray box is a picture. There's two separate images for the white. The logo is a link. The YouTube logo is a link. The Twitch logo is a link. The 1813/2000, the count is a widget that's a link. Like it's all different links, and they changed two of them changed the format, and it was completely unrecognizable. Like it looked like someone just like barfed all that over there, and I just had to fix it on all of them. Because apparently when I moved it over to the other scenes, I didn't copy it as a reference. I copied it as a copy so that I could customize it. Nah, that didn't work because then I had to go through and update every single one. So I ended up just deleting all of them, and now that logo is just hard. That's just that set up on every screen now. Oh, wait a minute. There's poofers. Montana is like ceiling cat watching Idaho masturbating. Okay. All right. Mr. A Cake, 084, my birth year. You're not that young then. Okay. I was born in 77. See, is anybody else around? There's beefcake, water dish, poopy bowl. That's their Gucci food box right in the middle of the screen there, that blue and reddish thing. Let's see, I assume dude is still behind the door. Because if not, I would see him right there on the bed, and I don't. Okay. So poofer, we got poofers for cleanup. Unicron and I snicker when age verification shows up. They were only 48 stars on our flag when I was born. It's up to them to figure out how long ago that was. You actually had to do age verification on Amazon today because I set up, y'all told me I should set up affiliate links or whatever. So I signed up for the affiliate program, and I think I gave somebody a link of something the other day for something like inexpensive or whatever, and I went, well, I'll use the affiliate link just to see what happens, and I think it's what triggered age verification. I think I earned a penny off of something. So I guess if y'all see something I have that you like, let me know, and I'll send you an affiliate link on Amazon. I guess I don't know how that quite works yet, but I guess we'll figure it out. Jack Attack, my Tinder bio says I have a corner office with views of the entire city, drive a £500,000 vehicle, and that I'm paid to travel. But I can't figure out why my dates are upset when I tell them I'm a bus driver. Oh boy. Too old for the army. Well, yeah, definitely, that's good. Brantley, what's your favorite animal? Mine is a deer, also Bambi. Favorite animal would probably be cats. Guinea pigs are pretty awesome, also known as capybaras. I don't know why they call them that, because guinea pig is kind of the obvious one. Probably cats, dogs, like they're cool. My Chinese zodiac is a snake, which works out, because there's one over there chilling. Also, I'm autistic, and it's weird to say bad words, but yeah, everybody. Trust me, a lot of people that watch this are just a little bit or a lot autistic. Guinea pigs are not capybaras. I didn't say guinea pig. I said guinea big. Because it's a big-ass looking guinea pig. So it's a guinea big. We have guinea pigs, and then we have guinea bigs. That's a capybara. Phasma. Bub. What's for your dinner? I have beef and broccoli with white rice, Chinese food. And tomorrow I have ground beef, gravy, rice. Like I'm gonna do like, I don't know, hamburger helper rice version tomorrow for dinner. I'm too stoned to hear the difference between pie and pie. That's all right. That's all right. That's why I'll just articulate a little bit more. Pigs can be good pets too. I've actually heard that pigs can be good pets. I will say that. Cheers, Zap. What, fucking 28 months. Jesus Christ, I've been doing this a while. I'm getting old. Appreciate the continued support. Cheers. And cheers, everybody else. Rhubarb will be coming on soon. Ooh, almost dropped it. Well, I hope so. And maybe I'll be able to find my own this year. Probably end up just ordering something. Actually, I got to get up to Richardson Farms. See if they have anything like that. And even if they don't, they have really good like jellies and jams and stuff. Yeah, Twitch has got an ad break. Who was that? Someone figured out how to kind of, like, you can work around the Twitch commercials somehow, pop it out to a sidebar and then minimize it, something like that. I think that's browser dependent, perhaps. What breakfast food has life figured out? The plan cake. Locke, you're gonna be the judge on that one, buddy. I'm gonna need you. I feel like you're probably listening. I don't see you typing, but I feel like you're listening. I may need you to tag in on that one. Breakfast food that has life figured out. A plan cake. Not bad, not bad. Rhubarb pie, or at least I'd really want to find a goddamn rhubarb pie. Even if it's like rhubarb and cherry or whatever the other thing y'all put in it, or you're supposed to put in it. Or strawberry, that's right, rhubarb and strawberry. Montana is watching Idaho masturbate. Oh my god. Okay, so this is from Sauce. This is the explanation of Montana is watching Idaho masturbate. Okay. Capture. I don't understand the watching masturbate part, though. What am I missing there? I mean, yes, Montana. Well, actually, I feel like Montana's pretty pew pew friendly for getting some land out there. Growing rhubarb what? Once again, maybe? Is that what you're going for there, Locke? And I'm not seeing your judgment. Where is your judgment? When are you ending? In about 25 minutes. Generally do 2.5 hours. I would normally be ending at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but since daylight savings time is so fucking retarded, stupid, and uncalled for, then we can't even all do it at the same time on Earth. All my times are going to be a little off for a couple more weeks. Nebraska is watching your stream. Nebraska, New Zealand, UK, a bunch of states, probably Canada. I don't know if I get many viewers from South America. A bunch from Europe, obviously. But mostly from the UK and the USA. Next week is normal. No, next week, no, UK turns back times. No, next week is the same, a little bit off. April 4th will be the everybody's back to normal kind of thing. Like everybody's back to normal, because on the 29th, like overnight 28th and into the 29th is when the UK turns their clocks back, if I'm remembering right. So there's still one more show on the 28th. So next week will be an hour. Next week, Wednesday will be like an hour early. or late or something. Like, I know it's weird for the UK, and then it's Saturdays is weird for the US. So, yeah, there's actually, you know what? Let's try something. There is a viewer map thing built into, what the fuck is that? Okay, built into Social Stream Ninja. You know, this thing. Let's try. I'd be interested for because the people that are here now are like the hardcore viewers. Like y'all stick around for most of the stream. So let's try. I want to see how this works. Let me pull that up. Excuse me while I whip this out. All right, where is the map? Map. What the fuck is this? World Cloud, Spotify integration. We'll get to that. I got this may be changing. I may start using Social Stream Ninja so that like members or whatever can play with the music. Where is the map? User map. A graphical map. Users can enter their location to mark on it. Okay. So this is how this works. Where is the map? I thought there was a map. I thought where's the overview for the map? Oh, it's going to be over here. Viewer map. Is there a bigger view of the viewer map? I feel like there was. Map full. All right. It's currently disabled, so don't do it yet. So here's the thing. Let me reset it. Now, when I enable it, like there's always little, these little caveats to get Social Stream Ninja to work right. Just state whatever you want. Don't say, hey, I'm over here. I'm in, blah, blah, blah. Because I have found out if you say I'm in, it takes that I am and assumes you're in Isle of Man, which would be fine for Clive. But you actually have to just state, like, for me, I would just state Baltimore, Maryland, or USA, however specific you want to get. And as far as then for this, you can just say USA or your state or whatever. And all it does is it just counts one for the United States. So I'm going to enable it. You can see where it says map disabled. I'm going to enable it. And if you would like, enter where you live, just city, state, country, both, however you want to do it, and enable map and start. So if you want to type something, looks like Brantley got one in there. And we'll see how well this goes. I'm just going to type USA. That'll be easy. King County, Washington. King County, Washington. Does that just rain all the time there? Is that close enough to everything that it just always rains? Belgium. Oh, that's right, Cass. Yeah, Belgium. That's right. Scotland, Denmark. Man, I could y'all people all over the fucking place. I don't think Sudan's gonna. You only get to vote once. Barnsley. Eastern Iowa. That also helps me, so I know who to make fun of for being a biscuit head. Yeah, and Dave, I remember you were in Ireland. I remember that. I don't know how to make the big list go away so you can actually see it. Is that it? I don't know. Because you can't really see behind the list. I'll have to figure that out. Hide vote count numbers. Yeah, that's what I want to do, but it's not. Oh, it's probably changing. Yeah, it's changing the link. All right, let me try that. Actually, yeah, we'll leave that up for now. And then what I'll do on the small map that's on my main screen, I will make that one so it drops the big box right there with the count, so it's just the map. Yeah, because because with this one, you're when you pull the overlay, like the link, you add things to the link to enable or disable certain features, but you can do it two separate ways, which is neat. So let me do viewer map, properties, and map style equals radar, and map hide numbers. Okay. Oh no, it does fuck it up for everybody. Oh, you know what? Probably because that's a copy, not a. Did it just reset it? Or did it reset it? Oh my god. Well, either way, we got to see. We'll have to do that again. Why did it reset it? It shouldn't have reset it. Well, we're learning. We're learning. That's just how we're going, folks. we're figuring it out. Apparently, if you change the link, it resets the whole goddamn thing. That doesn't make sense because it actually has a reset button. Like you would think it would save it, but either way, that was good to see. I'll leave it up over here. Antarctica, yeah, I kind of figured that one would show up. Greenland. Yeah, now we can just goof off with it. But that's kind of cool. I'll have to do that towards the beginning of a stream and just kind of see where everybody's from. Now that I know that it doesn't save when you... That doesn't make any sense, though. Like, nothing else changed. Why would it have reset it? Because it doesn't reset when you flip back and forth, right? Okay. That's so weird, because it has a start, a stop, a pause, and a reset. So you would think just changing the link wouldn't do a full fucking reset on it. Red color intensity, more votes equals darker red. Oh, and wait a minute. Plus, it's showing the count, the number count anyway, and I told it not to. What is going on with this? I'm gonna have to mess around with it. This is a good test. This is good. It's, it's like playing Scum. You get on there for a couple minutes, figure out all 8,000 motherfucking bugs, and then you can go ahead and sort it out. Map hide numbers. Yeah, it says map hide numbers, but it's not doing it. All right. Well, either way, we'll go up to full screen on a little bit. What's up, Spudley? No one watching from Iran? No, probably not, considering they do not actually really have internet access right now. Or probably never really had great internet. Well, some of them had good internet access. But yeah, you know what I mean. And Poofers just walked into the bedroom. And I like the map thing, but I think they could do better. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can kind of I guess that's good enough for what we're doing, though. Just to kind of like a quick check, since apparently it doesn't fucking save it anyway, which is lame as fuck. I don't understand why it's still giving us the numbers when we told it not to. It's giving us the business. Yeah, either way, that was a good test. There actually is an update available for this. Maybe I'll look into that too. Fish Online! What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight? Salmon Online is here. What's up, Sam? I wonder what piece I saw someone else using for viewer check-in when it was on a globe. It also remembered what you did with a check-in from. Well, if that's as simple as check-in, then I might be able to find it just looking for that, or knowing it's a globe. Viewer globe plugin. I'll take a look. Bithlo, Florida. Bithlo. I've never heard of that. Sauce apparently lives on a lesbian. Okay. Jack Attack found that one city that one news guy, like, I guess if you live there, it's easy to say. I did try to say that once on channel, and I'm really not interested in trying again. But yeah, people that can actually say that city, because what Jack Attack typed is here. Keep forgetting I can do that. That is one word, and that is a real fucking city over in the EU. I forget what country that's in. But yeah, that's fucking for real. Like, I'm gonna click it again just so you can understand how. Click it again. There you go. It's in Wales. Oh, okay. Like, what happened? Did like hey, we need to name our city, and like the dude went, hey, I got a great idea. Let's call it Leon Fair, and then he like fell down the stairs for like 20 minutes, and he went. Somebody was up there going, what the fuck, man? All right, I'm writing this shit down, and is that what happens? Like, I don't understand. Like, what does that have a meaning? Like, does it have an actual meaning, or did he fall out of a tree? Fuck, man, shut. Okay, is that it? And he was like, okay, there we go. All right, yeah, that's one. I fuck, man. That's only. That's all I can figure, because it. And it's funny when dude pronounces it, he says that shit like he's saying, oh, John Smith, like it. Fuck, man. It means your mom. That would be amazing if it actually meant that. There's sauce with another one. Person had narcolepsy and fell asleep typing it. Yeah, did the cat walk across the keyboard? Maybe that's what it was. Okay, let me enter this in, and then like the cat like frolicked across the keyboard, hit the enter, and he was like, no! And then like that was right when the database updated and it got hard saved, and dude went, okay, that's what it's called now. What's your next stream after this stream? Wednesday? Was passed out drunk and they woke him up. Yeah, it could be, Boozy. It could be. There's a Peterville here. Is it full of Peters? If you remember the song The Lone Ranger from whenever. No idea. Cat in a dishwasher. Actually, that would just more be the sound of anger if it was just a dishwasher. Because at least they wouldn't be getting tossed around. MK think, yeah, MK's about the cat across the keyboard. Yeah, I think that may be more likely. That's the other reason why cats aren't. Well, besides the fact that obviously there's a significant amount of cables in here, if you haven't already guessed. Yeah, I don't want them walking on stuff. I don't need any more cat fur that gets into the filters than already does and stuff like that. Don't annoy the Welsh, says Mr. A-Cake. I feel like I've heard that before. Alright, recently had a chance to look at what Thai looks like in chat. I've noticed a definite lack of use of spaces. Yeah, isn't there Blue Balls, Pennsylvania? There might be. I mean, I know there's Hell, Michigan. I've driven through there. It didn't, there was snow on the ground, so it was kind of, frozen over, as it were. Are we talking Freakazoid? Anybody remembers that? I remember Freakazoid a little bit. I remember Freakazoid a little bit. But yeah, I've jumped into a couple like chats that have been like from various Asian countries, and it's just like, and you're just like, how many words is that? Is that what? Like, cause yeah, they doesn't really seem like there's a space thing. I guess that's how that is. Don't really know, but yeah, I've noticed like a lot of languages. There's just no spaces. You're just, holy shit. Okay. The meaning: St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool, and the Church of St. Cecilio of the Red Cave, says Delta Mike. Is that what that actually means? Because that's one hell of a way to describe it. Couldn't have just said over there. Middelfart, a place in Denmark. Middelfart, Denmark. Well, I mean, it seems Middelfart. I mean, that's kind of accurate. I mean, most of your farts. I mean, yeah, you can do the one cheek sneak, but they still, originate from the middle. The Buffy reboot was canceled already. Why? Was it fucking like too woke or something like that? Because that seems to be what cancels everything nowadays. What time on Wednesday? Around 4:35 Eastern time. It's a four-way on a gravel road with a single building. Oh, there's a Peterville here. It's a four-way intersection on a gravel road with a single building. Okay. Well, I mean, is that single building just packed full of Peters, or what are we talking about here? And Xander just died in real life. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that could kind of complicate things a little bit. I've got that Welsh railway station tattooed on my cock. Really? Really? Buffy's reboot was popular. Oh, the show. All right, never mind. Yeah. I never really watched Buffy at any point. I didn't really know that was still kind of around. I mean, like, I'm familiar with it, obviously, but, All right, I've begun following a few Thai streamers over on Kick recently. I watched one today, in fact, for about 12 hours, because one in the chat gave her 25 subs to do a 12-hour stream. Well, that's not bad. I've done 12-hour streams. I usually do it because it's a fucking wicked game coming out. Like what I did with the latest Doom came out. That was, what, 20 and a half hours? What did I do before that? Then I did was it a 12 or 24 hours of Half-Life when I did that? I did the playthrough on Half-Life. I forget if I did that in 12-hour segments or 20, or like a 24 and then a finisher. But yeah, I've done, my old ass figures that out. That's when I do that, I just make a lot of food ahead of time, usually hamburger helper, because it's really easy to run in, grab it cold, or microwave it for 3 minutes while people wait. Go from there. Sometimes I'll pre-make sandwiches, but the only problem with sandwiches, they take a little longer to eat. That's why I usually go for, like, chicken Alfredo. That's really good. If you're doing a long stream, you need to go eat something quick. That you usually would want to heat up, though. It tastes a little bit better. Hamburger helper just tastes good all the time. It was a boring program before Ren and Stimpy was on. It was the Buffy the Welsh Killer. Sauce with 5 gifted memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Let's see here. Locke got one. Brantley, there you go. He got one. Red Dwarfer. Andrew and Robert Sedgwick. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Let's do a toast to that. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Look at that. You're all doubled up there, Brantley. Maori name? And then really long. Tama Tawatatang Hangaka Wow Tamadi Opaka Wenikatana Itakahu. I'm sure that was, I think I got at least 20% of that close. Make him mine. No, he does not get mine. Chuck Norris jokes wrecked him for me like silent rage back in the day. You mean like Chuck Norris could cure cancer? Chuck Norris's tears could cure cancer. Too bad the man never cries. Chuck Norris. Honestly, I really think that getting hit in the head so much when he was younger kind of came back to haunt him as he got older, because he kind of sort of started to lose his shit a little bit. Like, I understand that you can evolve and change your thoughts and opinions, but he fucking went like, Stimpy, you idiot! Butchered. What got butchered? Chuck Norris went far right loony. He just got weird. Hey, everyone got here for 5 minutes. What's up, little Jim? It's okay. Appreciate you swinging through. How's your day going? You've seen cut-off pickles from men. Well, that sounds not pleasant. I don't know why you would be looking at those. I generally would not recommend that, as it could be a little snippy ouchy. Spoken True, how did I miss? Oh, there. They were probably doing a Doctor Who Whiffy Buffy. Oh, they were probably going to do a Doctor Who Whiffy Buffy kind of thing. Yeah, who knows? Clint Eastwood did the same. His westerns were really good, though. Yeah, a lot of these older dudes, as they get old, when a lot of these older guys that got beat up a little bit, they kind of they get a little wacky towards the end there. But I mean, you get old, it's just kind of what happens, I guess. All right, top of the hour toast. I will finish this. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. It was on your For You page. Well, what the fuck else are you watching then? The Moree Town name got butchered, probably. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I can barely say, every time I see her name, it really takes me a minute to, that's Torre Vecca. If I were, that's probably not even right. I'm not great with, foreign languages for the most part, but I try. At least for names, I try. All right, we'll do a top of the hour toot as well. Looking like a cock and balls. Yeah. Let's try something before we go. Let's do one more little test thing on the map. So I have it set up. It should not be showing us the numbers. Let me refresh. So it's going to wipe it out, I assume. But it's still showing the numbers. And map hide numbers. Like, it's there. Let me, unless there's something else weird going on, let me copy this link. Paste it in here. Let me see if anything looks different when I do that. Something changed. Enable map, auto fit map to votes, red color intensity, HUD scale. All right, let me reset. Maybe that's what we have to do. Reset, start. Click OK. Click refresh. All right. Well, what's it going to do? USA. It's still breaking out the countries. Why is it fucking doing that? Do I need to turn? No, that shouldn't. Hide vote count numbers. Show the dots only. That's exactly what's turned on. Maybe I got to update it to get it to work right. Because we don't really need that big list there. I don't know why. It's confusing. I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing. But either way, I'll look into it. I'll sort it out. I'll just leave it go for now. China. Maldives. Tumeki is splendid. Tumeki. That makes sense. I saw a marble head poking out of the sand and dug around him, hoping to find arms and legs. Alas, it was a bust. Grinders servers. What? Christmas Island. That is an actual place, isn't it? But all right, I'll see what I can come up with for a viewer map globe thing and see what we can do. We'll do another test run, assuming I find something else other than this, because this is a little not great kind of thing. It doesn't seem like it's working as well as it should. That's weird, especially because I reset it, so you would think that would have reset the hide the list thing. But all right. So we're going to go ahead and call it for the evening. I think we got through everything here. If not, we can get through it another time. That's good. That's good. The first week I would think of April, I should be ordering the bigger alternator for the engine so we can set up a charger thing for it. So we'll get back to that shortly, and then we'll get everything tuned up, worked out. We may have to do I need to figure out. I'm going to work on being able to get a camera outside and still transmit through this computer, because I know you can do it. I have NDI tools installed on OBS so I can transmit over the network as opposed to direct connection. So hopefully that'll work out for us, and we can do, since it's getting nicer out, hopefully we can do an outside stream with this thing and just let it run and tune the hell out of it, maybe sort out that coolant leak that's on it. Or we'll probably end up doing an indoor, like another one on the bench, maybe sort out the leak, get some stuff sorted out. I want to get the plate on there. I still got to paint it. And then we can have an outdoor session with it. And there's that a wind up. No, not a wind. Oh, speaking of moving, fuck. I don't know why that doesn't auto start anymore. I wonder if it's got just enough dust in it to cause friction. But all right. So we'll get that sorted out. So there is still more to come to the engine. Like, we're not done with it. We still have days of stuff to do to it. And if that water filter works out, that would be nice too. I'll have to see. But all right. So I appreciate everybody hanging out this evening. Again, another reminder, in a few weeks, Clive will be here for, I guess I'm just going to call it Clive after Clive, since he's going to be here. And we'll go from there. Maybe next week I'll have one of you call in. We can test out the StreamYard setup. But that'll be for another time. So, appreciate everybody hanging out. Hope you had a good evening. And I will see you on Wednesday for Doom Guy Lego. And in 2 weeks, we'll be doing Doom Guy Lego and the other MRE. Or other half of the MRE. So I will see you then. Be groovy to each other. And I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.